What's up, guys and gals? Somewhat of a productive day yesterday. Got the 102 throttle on after boring it some, as you'll see in this video. Whew. It's too hot outside, but trying to make these, it looks worse. Got the front eye drilled out and got the back blowed out. Let's see if I can. It's big enough to put my pinky down in. We'll try that and see if it still squeals. I gotta clean it up real good, but see a little bit of daylight in the blade, but not too bad. Things squealed like crazy. I don't even know if it's possible to get a 102 to act right, but we're gonna try it. All we've lost is 40 bucks. Well, that didn't do nothing by boring it out. She's still squealing like a piggy. It hisses like crazy. I think just about all the 102s, if they're cheap or name brand. But ended up checking my IX stuff and then drilled a hole in the blade. I mean, it's a $30 throttle. If I tear it up, what harm have I really done? But got them on and got the leafs on. The split leaves. Time to put these there. One side down. It's already softer and my shackles was kind of locked up. Not real big on the little bit smaller diameter U-bolt. I might have to change those. All right, we are installed. Drove it down the road and then retightened the U-bolts. Seems like it's a little stiffer. I had one bushing seized. That baby was locked up tight in there. Started driving it out and it actually drove the bushing out. Can't throw them away because those came with the Calvert bars, and I don't want to give them away. A lot lighter than the stock leafs as well. I think it lowered it just a touch. Poor old frame, look at that. Don't ever paint your frame white, people. Let's see if I can get it to zoom. Yeah. Got them under it. Yeah, like I said, I think it brought the back down a little bit. It's kind of setting downhill here in the yard, but let's see if I can reach the shifter to start it. She's a hisser for a few seconds. You can hear the fast intake breathing. Go for a ride. Oh, like I just showed, I put the daily driver wheels back on it. Right before I did though, I'll insert 2 clips here. The first pass I went like an 8/16. That was with the 92mm throttle body. drilled a hole in the blade, my throttle body counts is down low, like in the teens. And I've always been told you don't want it to bottom out, that it needs to, it's 0 to 300. And it kind of essentially works as a choke in the wintertime, but that's what's whistling in the throttle body, is the passageway to let air around the blade so that it can start. I'll have to play with my tune to try to get the surging out of it. Don't know if it need to take a little fuel away or give it a little fuel or what. Definitely rides stiffer. Rides a lot stiffer with the single leaf cow tracks on, which once again I would have thought the exact opposite, that it probably would have been softer and had more bite, mechanical bite put into it, but I can see where it would be stiffer and it would control the tire better and plant the tire harder instead of, you know, the old factory leaves wrinkling up. My shackles was seized. I had to beat on them to get them out. They would not move. So that could have been hurting me a little bit. And getting them loose wasn't no big deal. It's the factory bushing inside. I should go to sliders, but I don't think that's a good idea on a daily driver. This ink died from surging.